Does barrel length make any difference when it comes to combat accuracy in a 1911? Well, today, Pilgrim, we're gonna find out. I'm your guest host today, the Duke, and LocaCarnivore asked me to do this because, well, frankly, the Duke has held a 1911 in more movies than anybody else. So who better to be an expert than the Duke? You know, the LocaCarnivore's only got one means of support, and that's you fine folks out there, pilgrims. So if you wouldn't mind going down to the Patreon link in the description and show them a little love, the Duke would appreciate it. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and throw it on down to our man in the field at the range and see which is better between a full-size 5-inch government model and a 4 1/4 inch Commander. We're out on the range today at the sprawling LocaCarnivore headquarters complex, and we're doing a comparison for accuracy between the 5-inch government model and a 4 1/4 inch Commander, if you will, 1911. And this particular one's a mil-spec model from Springfield Armory, 5-inch barrel. It's pretty standard. The only difference we're going to have between this and the Commander is this just has a 2-stage military style trigger on it, as opposed to the improved trigger on the Ronin Commander. Didn't have a mil-spec Commander available, they don't make one. So at any rate, we're going to be shooting 2 5-round strings from each gun. I don't have 2 cameras, so I can't show you the target being hit at the same time. My apologies. But what I'll do is between each string is I'll rotate the camera around and show you the target, and then we'll shoot the other string. So here goes the first string. We're at 7 yards. Actually about 6 yards, just to make sure, you know, standard range for a defensive gunfight. And all we're doing is looking at practical accuracy here. We're only concerned about rapid fire shooting offhand. It's not a, you know, put it in a ransom rest and see which gun is actually the most accurate. We're concerned the question is, does that longer or shorter sight radius affect your ability to hit in a rapid fashion under normal circumstances? So here goes the government model. And we're using 230 grain American Eagle full metal jacket. All right, so here's the target. 5 rounds with the government model. That was the first 5-shot string. Just make a note of where the hits were. We'll score them in a minute. All right, we're going to do our second string with our mil-spec here. 5 rounds. All right. There's the mil-spec again. There's our other 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all 10 went in the target. I'll give you the score, numerical score in a minute. Now we've got a Springfield Ronin 4.25, 4 1/4 inch barrel Commander, if you will, and 45 ACP. And we're going to do the same drill and see what kind of score we get here. All right, here's the Commander, his first string, and we got 3 and then 2 right in the center. So we'll see what the second string shows up. Little more struggle keeping this lighter gun as lightweight, keeping it on target in the rapid fire, but it does have a high visibility front sight. So, all right, we're going to do our second string here with the 4 1/4 inch barrel Commander. All right, there's our second string with the Commander. Still got them all on target, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11? We sneak an extra round in? I don't think so. No, that's all one center punch there. Just blew out the center. So we'll get a numerical score for you.
Well, there you have it, pilgrims. Exactly what happened. Now, what kind of score did these two guns generate? Well, first of all, I gotta cover the fact that what you saw after the commander's rounds, it looked like there were 11 hits on their target when we only fired 10 rounds. So how come that happened? Well, after we looked at the replay, like about an hour into it, we finally figured out that one of those little pasty things that you put on the old holes that come with those shoot and see targets, it fell off. They don't stick too well. And so take a quick look at this screenshot and it'll show you everything you need to know. That little cover patch, it fell off right down there where you see the arrow while we were shooting, so it made it look like there were 11 rounds. So what kind of score did we get? Well, the government model came in with 93 points versus the commander came in, quote unquote commander, that came in with 98 points, pilgrim. So what's that mean? Does that mean the commander's a better gun, the sight radius doesn't matter? I'll tell you what, we could run this 3 or 4 times and I'll bet you that each one would trade high score by a couple of points either way. Basically, it comes down to the fact that, at least in an average shooter's hands, the barrel length doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of difference. All those hits got onto the target from either gun. They were good solid hits, would have done the job, and that's what we're talking about when it comes to combat accuracy. Hey, what's your story about either a commander or a full-sized government model 1911? Go down in those comments and let us know. We'd really appreciate it. So don't worry about barrel length necessarily. And I know we didn't have a super short compact, but I just don't have one. Now, if you want me to test one, well, go ahead down to the Patreon and give us some love so we can go buy one and we'll do it. But for right now, this is what you got to put up with. But it doesn't look like barrel length makes a statistical difference, an effective difference when it comes to combat practical accuracy in a 1911. Hey, if you want some great content as well as the video you're watching now, go on over to the LocaCarnivore website, link in the description. While you're there, visit the store, buy some great LocaCarnivore merch. You'll be glad you did, and the Duke will thank you for it. Well, thank you, pilgrims, for your valuable time and watching our video. We really hope you enjoyed it between the government model and the Commander 1911. And don't forget to share this video with everybody you know in the barracks so they'll all get to watch it too. And we're going to leave you with 2 thoughts. The first is, the ultimate act of resistance is insisting upon facts. And the other one is, even the Duke knows the Han shot first.